Every time I try to introduce something to my dog, whether it's a leash, a muzzle, or a gentle leader, he opts out because he can. And at a certain point, I'm gonna just put the thing on him. But what I'll do as an exercise prior to putting the thing on him is to let him opt out. And if he opts out, I opt out. And then when I come back to him, he's more than ready to participate. If I show my dog his collar and he does that and walks away, I put the collar down and I walk away. He really wants to go out though. So when I return, he comes right into it and there's no problem. I'll show you what I'm doing. This may be a little bit of a longer video, I'm sorry, but it's important. Weather is getting warmer. You will always see me out in the world with a second leash. Attached to the leash is a gentle leader. It is easier for me to carry a gentle leader than a muzzle. I have not really used this in years. But when it gets more crowded out, if Jude is provoked, he's a very powerful animal. A prong collar is not an option for him, and an e-collar is not an option for him. I'm very concerned about the cervical spine. I'm concerned about the trachea. I'm concerned about the swiftness and intensity of motion with a dog like this. And I'm concerned about the seizures with an e-collar. I also don't use those tools, but for this dog, they're not an option. This is the most moderate of aversive tools that I can use with him. And while I don't love having to use it, I'm not letting him get away from me. If you live with an aggressive dog or your dog is really powerful and you're not prepared or using what you need to keep them and the world around you safe, you shouldn't have a dog like that. It's that simple. Positive reinforcement and force-free training are beautiful and what I implement. But there will be times that I need to physically manage my dog, and for me, that's 2 points of contact. I want to reintroduce the gentle leader to Jude because if we're going to be out in the world, he's going to need to wear it. Not always. Sometimes he'll be on a harness and a flat collar, but there are times that he can be a bit of a jerk. And in those times, this is easier for me to physically remove him from a situation as quickly as possible. He's learned to come and put his paws up on this bowl. Come and put your paws up on this bowl. It's good. It's a little small for your big mitts. Super. Right here. Sliding it on, taking it off, sending the dog away. At the dog's head level, not above. While his feet are up on there. Super, that looks good. My dog doesn't mind a gentle leader. Look at him, it doesn't bother him. And what I want you to notice is how light this is. This is not a regular leash. This is playgroup drag leash that we leave on the dogs if we need a point of contact. It's as light as a feather. He's comfortable. He resisted the collar more than the gentle leader. Do you see? Let the dog move around with it. Now, this is not something, again, that I'll use all the time, and a lot of people are really up in arms about using a gentle leader, but my dog is more uncomfortable on a muzzle than he is on a gentle leader. It has the capacity to be a violent dog. For me not to be ahead of that curve and prepping him for the dog traffic that's going to be in and around our area is a disservice to him and not safe. Now, your dog should be at a point, let's pivot, that they're not aware of it. When you want to condition this piece of equipment, that's what it should look like. They shouldn't even know it's on there. You'll see a lot of this in my On-Leash Reactivity 2.0 course, but you should not attach anything to it or put that leash in your hands until you know how to do this in a way that it doesn't bother the dog. But I like the paws up because it lifts the whole dog's upper body up, and I can keep his brain busy while he's wearing it. And then I'll take it off. Doesn't have to be that big a deal. And we're done. Go get it.